Hello, hello. Yes, we have audio. Wonderful. What's going on with my damn mouse? We're recording. Yeah. So we're good to go. So yeah, it's nice to be back. Sorry, I've been ill the last few days, but I've recovered. I am back in action, man. So what we're doing today, we're working in Unreal Engine 5 using just C++ to create random functions. Random functions are pretty cool. They can maybe make your game a bit more interesting. Maybe an enemy doing random attacks, maybe random weather systems, random events, something random. A little bit of randomness is always good. Don't always have to have everything strictly scripted, do we? So yeah, let's get into it, man. I am working in the third-person example project again, and it doesn't really matter what kind of project you're working in, as long as you're working in Unreal Engine. I am gonna go to the directory of third-person blueprint, and to whatever my character is, yours should be here unless you've moved it, or whatever your actor is that you control. Then we're going to use that. So we're going to open the blueprint to that, and then from there, we're going to open the C++ class that this derives from. So let's open up Visual Studio. It's programming time, man. Yay! So let's go down to where should we put this? I'm just going to put this here in protected. You can put this anywhere. Maybe private, probably best practice, because you're never going to call this anywhere else. I doubt it. So yeah, let's start creating our random functions. It's pretty cool, man. So we'll go int 32, and we're going to say, well, it's going to be a random integer. Yeah. Then we'll say f timer handle, and we'll call this random timer. So if you don't know what the timer handle is, what's the matter with this? Sorry, let me fix that. F, is it not working? F timer handle. I spelled it wrong. Yeah. What the hell's the matter? Why am I not getting this? Oh, sorry, I'm sleepy, man. Right, so yeah. So we set up our random integer. So F timer handle. So this is basically a timer. So I think it's a better alternative than what you'd probably typically use to update something, which can get like a lot more expensive and unnecessarily, being called and being checked even when it's not being used. So timer is a good way to handle things using the World Time Manager. So we also need to do a void a random thing. So our random thing is what we're going to do. That's what we'll call. And then we're going to set up 3 more functions, which we'll call. So we'll say void function 0. Give them really boring names because we're just doing a testing it, aren't we? Function 1. Ta-da! So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything we need for our header file. So we've set up all of our functions. I've only set up 3. We can do hundreds and hundreds of functions if you wanted, but obviously for the sake of the video, I'm just going to do 3 just so that it works. We're doing our random thing, and we're using the World Time Manager because we want to be on time, always on time, just like a shanty, isn't it? Baby, be mine. Oh, I can sing too. I'm not just a developer. So what we're going to do, we're going to set up create some definitions for our functions. So for our random function, random thing, we'll create a definition for that, and that will create itself in our CPP file. Let's go back to our header file. Let's create a definition of that. Yeah, wonderful. You can see what I'm doing. I'm going back from the CPP file back to the header, and then create another definition of that. So here we are. We've set up 3 functions. Obviously they're all empty, but we'll fix that in a short moment. So the next thing we need to do actually is all the way up here. We need to add the Kesmet math library because we're using math. Who likes to do math? I'm not a big fan of math. Or is it Kesmet? Kesmet, help me. What's it called? Is it math library? Was it not giving it to me? No. Okay, well we've got it anyway. So this here is just handling the math for our random function, so we need that header file. So now we'll go back down to where our functions were. So just here in our event begin play, we need to use our timer to start to call our random functions just here. Yeah, so let's do that. So we can declare that just here so we can actually see it. And we'll say in our random function, we'll say, sorry, in our event begin play, we'll say get world, our parameters, get timer manager, because that's what we're using, set timer, and then we want to call our random timer that we just created in our header file, which is pretty cool, isn't it? Then from here we want to say it'll be this. Now the thing is your character might have a different name to mine. So my character's called a game character. So whatever your character's called is what you need to put next. So we'll say and then a game character, and then we're going to call our random thing, and we want to do that every say 3 seconds maybe. I'm using a float value, and then we can set that to true because we want to keep doing it. Yeah, so yeah, I think that should do the job. So we're using the world time manager. We're saying, can we use that please? We're using our random timer that we set up in the header file. It's obviously this. We're going to call our random thing. We're going to do that every 3 seconds, and this is true, which means it'll keep happening. If you only want this to be once, then just set that to false. So that will happen in begin play on game start, which is pretty cool, isn't it? Now let's set up our random thing. Excuse me. Random equals. Oops. Say you. Here's my library. So we needed the math one, and we're going to set up a random integer. It's 64, is it? No. Integer in range. Yes, that's the one we want. Integer in range, and then we'll say between 0 and 2. Yeah. So what this is going to do here is we're going to call between basically 3 functions. Even though it says 2, it's actually 3 because we've got to include 0 as well. So between 0, 1 and 2, that's 3 in there. So we've got function 0, function 1 and function 2. Right, so the next thing we want to do, we want to say what's going to happen once we picked our random number. So we can say if it's if our random equals 0, then it goes without say we're going to call what? Function 0. Yeah. And then we'll do the same again. If random equals 1, and then we'll say function 1. Yeah. And then we'll say if our random equals 2, then we want to call the other function, the last one. Alright, so you kind of get what's going on there, innit? Excuse me. Alright. Right, so what we're doing here now is, again, just quickly, in begin play, we're using our time manager every 3 seconds. This is true, so we're going to call it all the time. And then we're going to randomize the number, and then based on the number we get, we're going to call one of these functions. Now, the way to find out, well, how the hell do we know which function's being called? So we'll have to do a print string or engine debug message or something. So we'll go with engine spell engine, add debug message on screen. Now apparently you can set the position of these, but I don't really ever seem to see it work. Apparently is what you can do. I don't really seem to see them move, if I ever do. Then we'll set the lovely colour. What colour shall we go with? What about, should we go with yellow? Colour should be yellow. And then we'll set up a text. And then if we're calling function 0, then we're just going to say 0. So yeah, that should do the job. On screen debug message. Why is this not right? What the hell's happened here? On screen debug message. Oh, yeah, there we are. So yeah, I should print that. So we'll just grab that. We'll copy this. Right, I'll explain what I'm doing now. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So obviously we're going to print one of these numbers on the screen depending on which value we get, and we'll get that every 3 seconds. So a quick look at what we did. So we'll go back to our header file, so make sure we got everything in. We just declared these, our random integer, our timer, our random thing, our 3 functions, and in our header file, in our event begin play, we set the world time manager to call the random thing every 3 seconds. This is true, so it'll keep doing it. And I think, yeah, pretty much good to go, man. So let's go. Let's give it a compile. Let's double check for recording. Yep. Check recording. Yep, I have done that before. It's not nice. So let's close that. Let's compile. Please be quick. Please be quick. Please be quick. Please be quick. Please don't crash. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Of course, it's got to crash, man. You know, this is what happens, isn't it? So all of our C++ programmers, it's like almost like common knowledge that when the engine crashes, it just needs to do it for compile, just so it can compile. So let's go over here, and we're going to press play, and then when the game starts, you should see some numbers just in the corner of the screen. So we've got 0, okay, 1, 2, okay, is that random? Oh, 0, okay, 1, 0 again, 2, hey, 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. Haha! So that works, man. Wonderful, man. I think it's probably a more simple video to follow, but you can do a lot with it, so be creative. I'd love to see what you guys are working on, like your projects, or how you might implement this kind of logic into your game. So for my subscribers, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you guys. And if you're enjoying the content, make sure you like and subscribe, man. And I think, yeah, I think that's pretty much it, man. Have a good one.